The world is facing big changes, challenging companies to evolve in faster and more radical ways. At Altair, we're helping lead the global evolution toward a smarter, more connected world, integrating electronics and controls with mechanical design to expand product value, developing AI, simulation, and data-driven digital twins to drive better decisions, and delivering advanced HPC and cloud solutions to support massive idea exploration. To set the pace of innovation, not just keep step with the pack, we must look beyond the horizon to embrace the explorer in each of us. Imagine being free to follow your inspirations and ideas wherever they lead, to experiment and propel unbounded discovery, to dream, innovate, and solve in ways that move us all forward. Our solutions are forged in analysis and technology, and shaped by humanity and creativity, the spirit that keeps our minds open for a constant forward vision. We are determined to share our thirst for limitless exploration, to empower progress, and free our clients to deliver next-generation products. Explore the world with us and go beyond. Ready to go? Altair. Only forward.
Hi, welcome back. My name is David Hicks, and this is the next installment of our Cloud Talk series with several of our strategic ISV partners, folks much like you that develop software and sell it to multiple organizations. I'm very excited today to be joined by a long-term partner and honestly an old friend of Oracle as well. And I find out that whenever I talk to folks like Sam, they tell a great story and better than Oracle can ever do it themselves. You've probably heard me say that before in other episodes. What I'd like to do is actually introduce Sam Mahalingham, CTO of Altair, and have him actually tell you a little bit about his company and what it is they do, and in particularly how they work with Oracle. So Sam, welcome. And if you could you briefly introduce yourself and your role at Altair and what you guys do?
Sure. Thanks, David. And thanks for the invitation and the chat today. I'm Sam Mahalingham, Chief Technology Officer for High Performance Computing and Cloud Solutions within Altair. Altair is a global software and services company which is primarily focused on computer-aided engineering, simulation-driven design, high-performance computing, and data analytics. Our vision has always been to transform the design and decision-making by applying simulation, optimization, machine learning throughout product life cycles, including IoT, especially for the smart connected products. And typically our customers are customers who develop highly engineered products, and they use our software in order to design and validate their designs for these highly engineered products. We have more than 100 software titles as part of our portfolio. And one of the best examples I would like to provide here is in the field of computational fluid dynamics. Our CFD software enables engineers to simulate how the windmill turbulence works, or how liquids or gases flow in and around or through an object. So this is a fantastic example. And typically the calculations required for performing a computational fluid dynamics design is considered to be high performance and extremely complex. So these are the kind of applications that our customers leverage in order to design and validate the highly engineered product that they launch into the market.
Yeah, no, and I've had the privilege of seeing some of these software simulations. Indeed, they absolutely require extreme performance and are very computationally intensive workloads. What are then, based on that, and I'm sure it was very different in your on-premise days, what are some of the technology challenges that you tried to solve when you evaluated then the cloud, and in particular, the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure?
So as I was mentioning to you, Altair primarily is in the space of doing physics-based simulation when I talk about computer-aided engineering and simulation-driven design. And these applications are extremely computationally intensive, which means that you really need high-performance computing clusters on premises in order to come back with results really, really fast. So which means the performance is very, very critical. So when we got engaged with Oracle long time ago, in fact, I still remember, as you said in the introduction, David, that we have been working with Oracle for a very long time. And the very first time Oracle introduced the bare metal infrastructure, we started working with Oracle from that point. And for us, the most important thing that we were trying to benchmark with respect to all of the cloud infrastructure provided by the cloud providers was, can we get an equivalent performance as to what we get on premises on the cloud infrastructure as well? And when we benchmarked the Oracle, this was one of the biggest challenges. So when we benchmarked Oracle bare metal, we saw that there was no performance difference between running a job, a physics-based simulation job on premises, on bare metal, or running the same job on the cloud, on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, using the bare metal instances. So I think this was one challenge that we had to overcome. We felt that our association with Oracle, and we saw how Oracle Cloud infrastructure has matured to being a very dominant player as of today. Another challenge for us is also in terms of a massively parallel job. How can we run a massively parallel job on the cloud infrastructure? And typically, in order to run a massively parallel job on the cloud infrastructure, it is not just that you need bare metal performance with respect to the compute nodes, but you also need truly low latency, high bandwidth network. And that is something that we saw also the Oracle Cloud infrastructure mature over a period of time. So these were some of the challenges that we had to overcome in order to run our workloads on the cloud. On the cloud. So I think what else can I think of with respect to challenges? With respect to challenges, the other thing is the other thing that I would also talk about is in terms of especially when you are running a very complex job, you need a lot of resources in order to get your performance results in time. Otherwise, it's going to take too long. And I think with the elasticity that the cloud provides as of today with respect to these high performance computing resources, I feel that we can truly avail this elastic nature of the cloud and shrink the time to design or the time to innovate. So I think that is another challenge that we can overcome, that we have overcome with Oracle Cloud.
Yeah, no, that was great. So, and again, that's where I kind of remember us starting was more on, the computational fluid dynamics side. I know you've got some other products and some other things that you're doing as well. Anything else, as far as your journey to the cloud, with Oracle and those other products you would highlight as well?
So our journey into the cloud with Oracle all started off like, in fact, I'm very proud to say that we sort of, when we started off our journey onto the cloud, I would say we were very similar to how Oracle also started their journey. So I think the way how we looked at it was, how can we help our customers with respect to these high performance computing environments where their physics-based simulation can run really, really fast and they can actually shrink their time to innovate. So I still remember many years ago, Oracle came out with this whole physical appliance concept, which was nothing but, for me, cloud is one big computer. And for me, when Oracle introduced Exadata, it was that philosophy that I really loved. So you roll in one big computer on premises, you could still consider that to be a private cloud. And it absolutely provided amazing performance to the data world. And so what we also did to the CAE world, to the physics-based simulation world, was we came up with a physical appliance, which was called HyperWorks Unlimited, where it was the exact same high performance appliance with all of our software that our customers needed to use in order to innovate. We rolled that in many years ago, and it was an instant success. In fact, initially we were thinking that the small, medium organizations would not bite into it, but will bite into it, and not the larger organization. But to our surprise, it were most of the larger organizations, business teams, which actually bought into it. And then from there, we started our journey saying that, okay, now that we have made this simple, how can we provide the elasticity? So from within the physical appliance, we then told our customers that you can seamlessly, especially for your peak workloads, you can seamlessly burst into the public cloud infrastructure, especially OCI. And so what we did was we created this virtual appliance on OCI, and now not only can you actually use a complete cluster, a HyperWorks Unlimited virtual appliance on the Oracle Cloud, but you can also buy our physical appliance and seamlessly burst from our physical appliance into this virtual appliance for the peak workloads. Because a lot of the customer organizations today, they started off with on-premises, they are slowly maturing into the hybrid situation, and eventually once they get confidence saying that this hybrid situation is really, really working well and they are getting the same performance, they will completely move over to the HPCs completely being delivered through the public cloud infrastructure without having to, without the need to have the computing instances in-house. So a couple of our customers, especially two top automotive customers, are actually trying the computational fluid dynamic workloads, leveraging our Ultra and Nano FluidX applications on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, because the GPU is really state of the art. That is on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and they are trying it out, and they are actually giving us feedback saying that they are getting comparable performance on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure as on premises, and this is fantastic feedback, and this gives our customers a lot more confidence to completely lift and shift their workloads, especially their HPC and CA workloads, onto the Oracle Cloud. But at the same time, if you also look at the other side of the coin, it's not just Altair and Oracle helping our customers for them to move on to the cloud, but it's also Altair being an ISV, a product company, our software development builds, testing, these workloads are also slowly being moved over to the cloud right now. And we are actually seeing that we don't really have to expand our in-house data centers anymore for such workloads. And it also speeds up our product development and product releases as well.
Yeah, no, and thanks. And I love the tie-ins to Oracle's engineered systems, our clouded customer, our new dedicated regions, as well as the public cloud. Appreciate that, Sam. All great options, I think, for our partners and our customers to deploy. Let me ask you just a couple more questions. And here's one that, you kind of started to highlight a little bit, but, what advantages now then are you seeing, and benefits as Altair, using the products? Then I'll probably follow up, and take that from your customer angle as well next.
Yeah, I think, again, I will tie it back into the very same value proposition with respect to the engineered appliances and the engineered products. So I think with our engineered offering on the cloud, primarily what's happening is we are shrinking the time to innovation or the time to revenue by rapidly provisioning these environments in a very, very short period of time. Like, for example, today for the physical appliance, it was in the past, it was taking us about 4 to 6 weeks, but today it only takes 2 weeks from the time someone cuts a PO to the time we deliver the physical appliance to them and get it accepted. But when it comes to the virtual appliance and the cloud, it is not even 2 weeks. It's less than an hour. They can actually have a high performance computing cluster along with all of the applications, and they can immediately start to innovate. So I feel this is one of the biggest benefits in terms of providing our solutions through the Oracle Cloud. It is in terms of time to provision, which really shrinks the time to revenue. The other thing also is a lot of the maintenance overhead that the customer organizations used to have from an IT perspective is all being taken away. Okay, so in fact, more and more of the organizations feel that, okay, they have reduced workloads more from an IT standpoint because this is a managed environment. Okay, you get all of the security and the robustness from a player like Oracle as far as the cloud infrastructure goes, and you get all of the ease of use and flexibility in terms of using the software to innovate from Altair, because Altair is managing this entire environment. So I think together, Altair and Oracle, in my opinion, I truly believe that we are shrinking the time to market, as well as we are enhancing or catalyzing the speed of, we are increasing the speed of innovation. So these are some of the benefits I believe jointly we are offering to our customers.
Yeah, no.
And that we are seeing that our customers are really appreciating.
Yeah, no, faster time to market, faster time to production, bursting to the cloud, same, better performance than on-prem. Absolutely, thanks, and very important. I always kind of, we have to remember who we're partnering for, and that's your ultimate end users in all of this. So thank you for sharing that. Let me ask you, just is there anything else that you'd like to add? Anything I didn't ask you, Sam, you'd like to end with?
I think the only thing that I would like to add, David, is that as we were talking about the benefits and the value, one other benefit that I truly see is, I think this is where, I will go back to the CFD area. I think getting access to state-of-the-art hardware immediately and instantaneously is extremely beneficial to our customers. And what I have seen with Oracle is that the moment we see the state-of-the-art GPUs being released into the market, I see that Oracle immediately brings such newer instances onto the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. That is truly a benefit for Altair in terms of helping our customers leverage the state-of-the-art performance with respect to these newer hardware. So I think that is something that I absolutely believe Oracle is doing a phenomenal job of instantly onboarding newer state-of-the-art hardware on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. So that is something that I would like to add. Absolutely.
Great. Good. Well, thank you. And again, as I started off with, I appreciate the partnership. Obviously, we'll continue to innovate technology-wise for you. Excited about some of the other things we're doing in our go-to-market activities as well. Great to partner up with you in the industries that you guys focus on. Thank you again, Sam, for your time today. I appreciate it. For everybody else, thank you for joining us for another installment of Cloud Talk with ISVs. Again, my name is David Hicks with Oracle, and I look forward to speaking with you again next time. We'll bring you yet another exciting and innovative partner to talk about their solutions and their experiences in their journey to the cloud as well. Thank you.
Thanks, David.